I know you guys are probably tired of seeing the ScreenFlow demo by now. Understand that this video was originally going to be a gameplay demo while I discuss what I'm about to, except that I realized that I need new batteries for my camera, and on top of that, my iPod Touch does not, it's a first generation, so I do not have any external speakers. I have discovered that if I turn my volume up loud enough that I might be able to get some sound out. The question is whether or not you'll be able to hear it in the video. I will get some gameplay video footage out, so don't worry about that. I'll probably try and get it up tonight, but I wanted to get this information out first, and then maybe this way, in the next video, I can focus solely on gameplay. So I wanted to show you something. A lot of people in the last video I put up iPod Touch as a gaming device. One of the criticisms I made was the need for external controls on some titles. I'm beginning to wonder if that's necessarily the case, because the one thing I saw external controls needed for were particularly movement, especially 360-degree movement. Let's take a look down here. This is a screenshot. Now I apologize for it being really big, but I needed to, I need to zoom in order to see it. But this is a shot of Modern Combat Sandstorm, a first-person shooter by Gameloft, available for the iPod Touch. Now, this is without the Open 3G graphics, or the OpenGL graphics. I want to say Open 3G, I don't know why. But the OpenGL graphics. Let's take a look here at the bottom left of the screen. This here is a control stick. Okay? Full 360-degree movement. And you get a button here to shoot with. Okay, now let me now the reason I point this out, let's go to another one. Let's go to, now this is a really fun game. I do have a demo of it, and I might go ahead and do a gameplay of it, but it's slow to load, so we'll see. But let's take a look here. D-pad, typical D-pad, and right here, this can be thought of as your B button, the one with the flame, and the A button, the one with the shoe. The shoe is the jump, the B is the magic spell. And this is a game called I'm sorry, I only downloaded it earlier this morning, so I cannot remember the name of it, because I keep... This particular game you see in front of you reminds me very much of the Magical Quest by Mickey Mouse for the Super Nintendo, and I keep wanting to call it that. But just give me a moment and I'll get the name for you. Oh, it's Castle Magic. So the Castle Magic Light. This reminds me very much of the Magical Quest for Mickey Mouse and the Super Nintendo. It's a little it's a 3D side-scrolling platformer. But as you can see, full D-pad, and you have your two action buttons. So I don't see as much of a need for the external controls as I once did. So because like I said, you have your D-pad and you have your action buttons, and same with Assassin's Creed. Now again, full 360-degree movement. It's a side scroller, as opposed to the full 3D. I don't know what you call it when you're behind the person, and you're moving him, like a full 3D experience. Zelda-like, I guess I could call it, Zelda Ocarina of Time-ish. But again, full D-pad, full 360-degree control stick movement, firing buttons. You have your jump, your sword, and I'm not sure what this is because I haven't gotten that far yet. I do have the demo version of this as well. Which, incidentally, I have learned one thing, and that is anything by Gameloft in the App Store is rated at least 4 stars, and in my experience so far, especially this, because, they said that this is the defining real-time strategy game for various platforms, the next-gen consoles, and I can see why. I'm absolutely loving this game. So I think maybe for Christmas, if I get a game card, an iTunes gift card for along with the possibility of a new iPod Touch, maybe I can see myself upgrading to the full version of this in no time flat. But the nice thing I like about this is you have your, again, like I said, you have your A and your B. Now let's take a look at this and this, because I want to show you something. Like I said, this can be thought of as your B and your A. One of the problems I can see with hardware buttons is that they're static. In other words, you know, you may not remember what all of them do, depending on how the game is designed. Like Zelda, for example, it tells you what keys your weapon is assigned to, but you know, not every game does that. I mean, yeah, you got your controller help, but at the same time, I mean, this branches out. The touchscreen interface branches out for more creativity, and the buttons can be context sensitive in a way where you don't have to remember, oh, A is assigned to this, B is assigned to this. There is no A and B, because instead you have your jump and your magic. In the case of yay me, I forgot the game. I forgot the title again. In the case of in the case of Castle Magic. But again, full D-pad, action buttons, full 360 degree with a control stick, and customizable action buttons. I don't really see the need for external controls anymore. And the same thing with Modern Combat. The only thing I think a lot of people are considering is emulating older games through jailbreak. I was told through a comment on one of my videos that jailbreaking is now officially illegal. I'm waiting for them to locate the article on that, and I will be giving my thoughts on it in an upcoming video. But this is basically what I wanted to say, is that I feel like eating my words, because I was one of those that thought that maybe we could do with some external buttons. After having seen what Gameloft has implemented, I don't know if that's the case so much anymore. Anyway, thank you for watching. Comments are welcome. Insults against me will get you blocked, and have a nice day.